Okay, so welcome. In this tutorial, you're going to learn how to create a 3D blocking using ZSpheres, and you can have results like this. We're going to use a front view and a side view image, and we're going to use it for creating ZSpheres. Okay, so let's start this tutorial. Okay, so let's create a new ZSphere project. You go to Lightbox and then Project, and then you have it here. And you save the changes. Okay, so here is the ZSphere facing the normal. So this is the x-axis. Okay, so there are 4 modes in ZSphere. The draw mode, in which you can add ZSpheres. You can add it with symmetry. You can deactivate symmetry by pressing X or activate again by pressing X. And you can draw only one ZSphere. In the middle, you can use the top, and when the joint is, you can use also here the front part. Okay, so you can enter draw mode by pressing Q, move by pressing W, and you can move, scale with E, and you can scale, rotate with R, and you can rotate, and rotate here, you see. Okay, so to add a ZSphere, you will go to draw mode or press Q, and you position where you want to add your ZSphere, and you click and start dragging, and you can, by dragging, set the ZSphere size. If you click Shift, the ZSpheres will be the same size as its parent, and if you press Ctrl and continue to drag, you can push away the ZSphere from its parent. In move mode, you can click and drag a ZSphere to reposition it. Its gray link spheres will extend as necessary. Okay, so click and drag a gray link to move it. If you want to extend it, you need to click Alt and you can extend the gray link. Okay, so if you want to move it, just press the gray link and drag, and to extend it, press Alt. Okay, so now let's go to scale mode with pressing E, and we are going to set the draw size to 1, so we can only affect one ZSphere, and you can click on the ZSphere and you can drag to a scale, a single ZSphere. If you click on the gray link, you will resize the whole chain. As you see, is the whole chain and its child. And if you press Alt and click and drag on the chain link, you can inflate or deflate the whole chain, okay? Okay, so for rotation, you need to enter rotate mode by pressing R or clicking this button, and then you can click and drag a ZSphere to rotate. As you see here, you're rotating. If you have activated symmetry, you can remove or enable symmetry. For example, if you want to rotate a gray link, you will reposition the gray link around its parent and the whole chain link. If you rotate this chain link, you will reposition all the child ZSpheres to that. Okay, and you can rotate also a ZSphere and will rotate around its parent. As you see here, we rotate. Okay, so this tutorial is sponsored by Skillshare. You can have 1 month free and learn Unreal Engine 5 for game development. You can learn ZBrush for sculpting and Blender for doing the rigging, the animation, and all the working with the textures. And you can learn also, for example, Substance Painter. So it's your best ally, Skillshare. It's a platform where you pay once, so links description. And also, if you want my classes for free in Skillshare, links on the description. Thank you. Okay, so for the concept art, I used Midjourney to generate these images of a dolphin with hands and arms. The idea is that this character can create submarine civilizations. So it has arms and the intelligence of a dolphin and primitive apes. Okay, so this is the side view. The final concept art is a dolphin with mermaid traits. The idea is that this character has hands like an amphibian and can hands enhanced for swimming. So enjoy the concept art, and then we're going to make the front view. So we're using a grid layout so we can connect and relate the proportions in the side view and in the front view. Okay, so this is the front view, and the idea is to create, here you can see how we created the grid layout. So the proportions must be at the same place, the face, the eyes, the arms, and the hands, that in the side view. Okay, so we're creating this concept art. Okay, so this was my first try. The results are modest. The idea is to just do the general blocking. As you see, this is the front view and also the side view. And the reconstruction, I think now we're going to do step by step. Okay, so let's start this from scratch. We're going to go to Lightbox, then ZSphere. We're going to save changes as mermaid. Okay, perfect. So now we have the ZSphere. We're going to go to draw, and then we're going to go down, front, back, import, and then we're going to go to our front. Then we're going to go to draw, and then for the side view, left, right, map 1, import, and the side view. Okay, so we're going to start from the front view. So we're going to frame this. We're going to click here. We're going to click on scale, and as you can see, we have a little bit moved. So we're going to go to draw, to front, and we're going to move the horizontal offset a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now we click E to scale. Now we go up, Q to draw. We activate symmetry. It's activated. Now scale, move, scale, now let's Q. Now let's go to this view. Now with Control, Alt, W, scale, Q. Now let's press Q. Now Control. Now W. Control. Now W. Now scale. E for scale. Now let's add the neck. Let's go up. Q. Now let's add the head. Control. Now let's scale. E for scale. Now let's go. Now let's W. Now let's go to the side view. W, now scale with E. Now let's move W. Now let's move with W. Now let's scale. Now let's with Q, let's add here. Now with control. Now let's scale with E. Now let's with Q, let's add the mouth. Now with control. Now let's scale. Now with W. Now with, let's add the shoulders. With Q. Now with control, Alt, control, Alt, Alt. Okay. Now with W, W. Now, as you can see, here you have the general forms. Now let's add the, with A, we are previewing. Now let's add the hands. So I'm going to go deep into the hands. I'm going to scale. Now let's see here, scale. And now with the draw size, with Q, we are adding this finger, finger, this finger, and this finger, then this, and then with control, then with control, then with control, click and drag and control, click and drag and control. Now with W, let's scale with E. Now W, let's scale, W, scale, W, let's scale with E, W, and as you can see, here we have the general forms. The final steps will be to go here to Tool, and then Adaptive Skin, then add density to the lowest, put the preview, and here we can see the polyframe, and here you can have the model very raw. You will need to click on here in the upside, make polymesh 3D, and then start in the subtool, start subdividing. Here in, we go to tool, geometry, and we subdivide. You will need to subdivide a lot, and then you can maybe 4 million, and then you can start sculpting. Okay, here as you can see, we can have, so this is the process of general blocking. Next steps will be to give a lot of detail, and then texture. then retopology, then rig, and then animate, and finally import into a game engine or a 3D production software to create the final render. Okay, thank you for seeing this video, and please subscribe and like this video.